It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
On first down, Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just a yard to go here on second down.
Now it's Watson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football.
Fielded right around the 8.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well, this defense for the Browns, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
The Ravens at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 1st and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. That's out to Chubb, complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's caught at the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day, they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They'll run with Chubb, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Points 1, 2, and 3 on their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process.
He'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
On play action, Lawrence.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Steps away.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have now moved out in front. Tucker with the extra point. And lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. A nice little juke. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Ready?
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw, Watson.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, trying to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Dobbins. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 8 yards out.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change their thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd and 7, Watson, he's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Watson.
Quick slant completes into Njoku.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Looking deep downfield. Touchdown, Browns.
Anthony Schwartz,
51 yards.
And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller. because he won that part of the chess match, but give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is thrown into the hands of Andrews. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offense coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Lawrence.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Now Lawrence. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here we go. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year.
And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson now to throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Watson.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And this is caught. Amari Cooper.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Now it's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Faking the give, now Watson. Got a man, that's Lazard.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Again, it's Watson.
Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Adafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Remember, throughout my career, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Back to throw, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll power his way up near the 25.
104 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
Certainly felt like that takeaway. Once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Baltimore, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.